Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss show. And in today's episode, just when I thought that, I'm just gonna, chill when it comes to gaming. Like, I'm not gonna, just stress myself out anymore. I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna play games that, I know that I like. I'm not gonna be fooling around with a bunch of different games. Games is acting weird. I'm just gonna give up. My Xbox, for some reason, wants to either be extremely delayed when starting up a game. I mean, taking a while. Not just like a couple of seconds longer. No, a while. All right. And then at times it doesn't even want to start up games. And then my PlayStation 3, so I had just recently got my PlayStation 3 from my sister. And for some reason, they have the HDMI port that's there, and you could plug up the HDMI port, use it for your TV or whatever. But for some odd reason, they have it set up to where you need either an HDMI splitter. There's something wrong with the output settings on the PlayStation 3, and I don't know exactly what it is. And it's stuff like that where I'm like, bruh, you mean to tell me even trying to get back into retro gaming, that's gonna be an issue now? Like, why can I not just find a game that I like, play it nonstop, and be okay? Why does it always have to be something ignorant with gaming? Because I'm really stressed out about this Xbox stuff. The PlayStation stuff I can see past because I'm like, okay, I probably at some point in time I could see myself getting an Xbox 360 and whatever games I want to play on there, I'll just play it on there because I did play a lot of stuff on the Xbox 360. And I also do have a game that I would like to play on the Xbox 360 and it's only compatible with the Xbox 360. But at the same time, it shouldn't be like that. I shouldn't have to go out of my way because if this is supposed to be the future of gaming, retro gaming shouldn't be an issue. But why is it an issue? Why is it that a lot of these developers, and you think with all this money that they're making that you can't just remaster a game? Yeah, change up some things. If you gotta take out music, take out music. If you gotta take out some cars or have it where it's the same car but just going by a different name, okay, then do that. But at the same time, it's like I can't even go back and play old games because old games are just for some reason extinct. And then you can't play new games because the technology is not even there. Like, it's like it wants to be there, but you're going to have to wait after about 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 100, 1,000 patch updates in order for it to be a complete game. Bro, I'm going to tell you this right now. Where gaming is at right now, it's not gaming. I don't know what it is, but it's not gaming. You would think you would go in the direction of, we know that we will be making a lot more money than what we already are making if we were to sit down, take the time to remaster classic games so people are not having, because I know I don't want to spend over $100 for a game that costs like what, $50 back in the day, half the price. And you mean to tell me Need for Speed Most Wanted, the 2005 edition, that's over $100? Now I did hear that EA did plan on remastering that game, but hopefully it's the game. It ain't like, no, oh, let's make a new edition of it and things. No, remaster it. Come out with an arcade version, whatever it is, but a digital version that's I can purchase any and everywhere, whether it's PC or console, but I can purchase that game at a normal price and I ain't have no issues about it. That's the only thing that I want to see from EA, because EA, you have a bunch of different classic games that will sell in this day and age, all right? It would sell. So that's why I'm confused, because I'm like, why are you guys not selling these games? You have the money for the license. You have the money to do whatever you want to do with these games. Yet, and that's what I personally think. They want these newer games to be the success story. They want these newer games to be the games that everybody is buying. But the older games, they don't want nobody to buy those because they know that nobody's not going to be playing their newer games if they sit down and release them. Where it's like, that should give you And this is my idea. If you sit down, if you guys spent the whole year remastering your old games and putting out all you'll make the money back on whatever money you need to spend. Okay, so that the money issue that should be out the question. That should just be out the picture. You guys, whatever amount of money you would spend, you will make that money back. Let's say, for an example, they were to put out NBA Street Volume 2, right? And they're like, oh well, we gotta pay Shaq for his likeness in the game. How much is that gonna cost? What, some thousands, maybe some millions? And how much money do you guys make a year? Billions? And you mean to tell me you can't give this man? And it's like, okay, even if you had to pay off all these different basketball players that was in that game, fam, you guys will easily make that money back. I promise you that you will make that money back. So that's why I'm like, I'm not hearing nothing about when it comes to money, because it seems like that's the main thing that you guys worry about, but you'd rather put out crappy games instead of better games. And it's like, fam, please, somebody explain that to me. I need an explanation. I need an explanation on why it's okay to put out games that don't work versus games that we know work. Because it came out in a point in time where gaming wasn't really all that to how it should be today. You would think that, okay, if this is going to be the future of gaming, then bruh, gaming should be out of this world, bruh. Gaming should honestly just be something insane, but it's not. When I sit down and I watch videos, I had to say Grand Theft Auto 6 was probably the first time I sat down and I watched the trailer and was actually excited about a game, because I know that they're going to sit down and take some time with that game. All these years that they spent, yeah, they're gonna sit down and be doing something with Grand Theft Auto 6. So I know that game, if they mess up with that game, then I'm like, bro, Rockstar, don't even come out with no more Grand Theft Auto games. Make this the last game that you guys ever release and close up shop, all right? But when you see a game, like for an example, Call of Duty, I don't get excited when those games come out every year, because I'm sitting there thinking to myself, okay, what issues is this game gonna have? Like, I can't even play Call of Duty on PC, because every time when I play this game, I tried playing Warzone and it made it that the maps was sitting there looking like Minecraft. Bruh, this is a $70 game. You guys, and that's what my question is. It's like, what money goes into these games? Because as I see it, I really don't see a whole lot of money. If that's what you guys are putting out, I don't see a whole lot of money being put into these games. The budget has to be extremely low. But if I hear some stuff talking about, oh, we put millions of dollars into Call of Duty, how? Paying off celebrities in the likeness of, movie characters and TV show characters to be, or other video game characters to be inside your guys' game? That's where the budget is going to? Because I guarantee and I promise you, it's not going to the core game. I don't care about no characters. I just want to have fun when I play single player. I just want to be able to join the multiplayer game without no issues. Same with every other multiplayer option on there. So that's why I'm like, Call of Duty, no, bruh, there are no excuses on why you guys are carrying on the way that you're carrying on. Yet, you got games that had did so much better back then, and I guarantee and I promise you, if they were to remaster and re-release all of the old Call of Duties, I think I said this before, but imagine if every big developer, right, let's say 2K does like a 2K pack, where they're all like, oh, these were the greatest 2K games that came out back then. So like, let's say it was the original NBA 2K, and then maybe if there were some other like 2K games that came out back then, but they sit down, take the time to remaster them, and I'm like, okay, what was it, like Borderlands 2? All right, sit down and that's a game where, but they still could remaster it. I ain't seen at times where games before then got remastered, but they're still available to be purchased with the older edition. Yeah, because I think they got Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 where it's set up like that. So it's like, you guys very well can do that. I'm saying you guys would probably be making double the money if you had it set up like that and then also came out with a remastered edition. And so that's why I'm like, fam, I'm just confused, okay? But you know what? No, that I didn't even really want to, because I feel like I always talk on gaming, but this issue that I'm having with my Xbox, that's where my frustration is at right now. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys remember my story time about when I was the day I went out to go get my Xbox Series X. But for those that didn't get a chance to hear that story time, so I woke up bright and early in the morning. It was probably about 6, 7 in the morning. All right. No, it was 6 in the morning because I think Walmart opens at 7. So I woke up long before I should be waking up, all right? And then probably the night before, I was already working on content and doing a bunch of different things. But so, anyways, I wake up. I wake up bright and early in the morning, all right? I get up, go outside in the cold. I go all the way up to Walmart just to get turned around because Xbox Series X's aren't having like in-store purchases and stuff. So I went wasted trip, go all the way back home. And so, no, that's what they said. That I had to wait until 9 o'clock in order to purchase the Xbox Series X online. So I'm sitting there for hours working on content. Eventually, 9 o'clock hits. I go and I get my Xbox Series X. $500 gone from my bank account. So anyways, later on that night, I go up there after I, did all the things I need to do throughout the day. I went up there later on that night, got my Xbox, came back home, and I have been playing that Xbox ever since I got it, okay? Playing a bunch of different games, recorded a bunch of different videos, have done numerous streams. I've done all of this content just to have an abrupt stop to where now I can't even play no games. And you mean to tell me that I have to sign into my PC just in order to play a game, just for a game to crash? Because that's the game that I downloaded. That was the game that I wanted to play, was Forza Motorsport. So I downloaded that game. And for some odd reason, game won't start up on my Xbox, and the game crashed on my PC. So now what do? That's my question to Microsoft. If the game doesn't work on PC, and there's all these different reviews saying that the game doesn't work on PC, and so that's what I'm like, what angers me is that it's encouraged to buy the game on next-gen consoles. And then when you go and buy a next-gen console and you buy that game, the game don't work on there, so you decide to backtrack. For some odd reason, I don't know why it has to be a backtrack situation for a PC, especially if you're developing the game. This is something I've said so many different times. You're developing an Xbox Series X game on PC. I don't know if video game development has went into the future of where games can now be developed on straight directly off of the console, but if that is the case, stop it. Go back to the original formula of how you guys were developing games and you continue on with that. But it don't make no sense for me for a game to be developed on PC and then you guys put out a bad version on PC and put out a better version on console just for the console to stop working at some point in time. Now I'm concerned for my PlayStation 5 because I'm like, bruh, I went ahead and paid $500 for that. So you mean to tell me at some point in time, because what, they're coming out with the PlayStation Pro, now they're encouraging people to get rid of the PlayStation, that we had to wait I got that 2 years after it done came out, so I gotta now wait for that in order. No, it shouldn't have to be no situation where I have to keep constantly going out, getting another console, getting another version of a video game, doing all these extra things for no reason. Gaming, look, all right, what only thing that I really care for, and I made a video talking about this, but the only thing that I really care for is this year being the year that gaming gets better. That needs to be great again. Forget Trump. Gaming needs to be great again. Because it makes no sense. You guys make all of this money, yet you put out crap games. And we're supposed to just be okay with that. How? How is it that, how would you guys like, talking to like the gaming industry and stuff, how would you guys like if we went and gave you some like weird style of money? Instead of just giving you whatever currency, wherever country we live in, wherever currency we're supposed to give you, instead of giving you American dollars, I'm giving you Monopoly money. And I'm like, oh, well, if you collect enough of it, then yeah, then eventually you get one whole dollar. I feel like that's where gaming is at right now. If you collect as many patch updates as you possibly can, then a portion of the game will work. It shouldn't be like that. Because I guarantee and I promise you, if gaming would have been like that about like 10, 15, 20 years ago, a lot of games today would not exist. Imagine if Call of Duty put out a bugged out Call of Duty game back then. How do you think that would have worked out for them? We wouldn't have known of no Call of Duty. Imagine if they put out a bugged out Need for Speed game. We wouldn't hear for no of no Need for Speed games. We wouldn't hear of no NBA 2K. We wouldn't hear of no Madden. We wouldn't hear of what are some other games, Grand Theft Auto. We wouldn't hear what are some other games that came out. And what trips me out is that indie developers, I see games like BattleBit, Lethal Company, I see other games, I'm trying to think, BeamNG.Drive. I see all these different indie games from indie developers where they can release a game, and the crazy thing about it is that, and that's why I'm like, they're going based off of the formula that I'm literally providing to you guys. If you just put out a good game, okay, I guarantee and I promise you, whatever money you make off of that game, you could just continue adding good things to it. It doesn't need to have a battle pass. It doesn't need to have a DLC. It doesn't need to have any. I just recently got back into playing BeamNG, and I'm like, fam, the amount of creativity that goes into that game from the community to the developers themselves. And the funny thing is that this game is still in early access. Now, imagine if that game was to hit like console shelves and stuff. Imagine if BeamNG.Drive were to hit PlayStations and Xboxes tomorrow. That would literally break the gaming side of the internet. And that's something that I extremely encourage to BeamNG, that whole team of developers and stuff, or whether it's one person. But even there's another game out there where it was developed by one person, and it's this game called Spaceborne 2. I played that game, and I'm like, it's been a minute since I played it, but I can say for one person to develop that game, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. It plays out like it's an arcade game, like it's not like a serious game. But I'm like, fam, I can imagine if there had been like 10, 20 people with the same mindset as the person that already developed Spaceborne 2, I'd imagine that probably would have been one of the best games to ever come out. When did that game come out? I think it came out in 2022. Last play. No, hold on for a second. Let me go to this store page. That game, actually, no, it came out last year in February. But no, if that game were to have like 20 people working behind it, 30 people, even 100 people, that would probably be one of the best games to ever come out. And I'm saying I'm confused because it's like, how is it that one person managed to work on that game, put out a good game, and I don't even think that game even cost a whole lot of money. I think that game costs like, if anything's like, what, $20? I think, yeah, $19.99. And you mean to tell me that they can put out this big, giant, like, galaxy-based game, right? And you mean to tell me that Call of Duty, okay, at $70, and you would think when you look at like the teams and then the games, so you have like this big giant franchise and then you have this small developer. Now I feel like if somebody were to play that just got into gaming, they were to play Spaceborne 2, and then they're all like, oh yeah, that's, that game is pretty cool, I like that. And then you explain the situation with Call of Duty, and then you're all like, oh, so this is a much more bigger franchise. More people are working behind this game. You're going to be thinking, oh, this game is going to probably be insane. This is going to probably be like 100 times better than Spaceborne 2. I can tell you right now, all right, I had to say there was one and only time I had got upset with Spaceborne 2 is because it was a miscommunication with a mission on there. Other than that, fam, with all of the recent Call of Duties, I can tell you with Modern Warfare, I had an issue with Warzone. With Black Ops Cold War, the game had the same Minecraft graphic issue. Like, I remember I was playing this game with some friends one day. I was playing zombies. Out of nowhere, whole map just everything was like pixelated. It wasn't even like looking normal. It wasn't. I was like, fam, you guys, this obviously isn't working. So stop doing it. Call of Duty Vanguard. That Call of Duty game shouldn't even have came out, because it just felt like, oh, they just released the game, and then there's like, oh, well, that's it. That's as far we're gonna go. But we're gonna continue working on Warzone because that's what everybody's playing. Although we sold them this game, and we're not gonna do nothing with that game. We're just gonna put all this time and attention into Warzone. And then what Call of Duty came out? Oh, Modern Warfare 2. I'm pretty sure everybody remembers. If you guys been a long time time listener to me, I'm pretty sure you guys remember the issues that I was having with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Game wasn't even starting on my PC at some point in time. And so I had to uninstall Steam and Battle.net, the other like platform you can download Call of Duty. I had to uninstall those platforms along with every other game that I had installed on both platforms, reinstall those games, reinstall Call of Duty just for it to work for a little bit and then go right back to the same issue that it was having. That's supposed to be normal. That's the new normal with gaming right now. I'm telling you, that is some weird stuff. That is some extremely weird stuff. And then Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, I'm like, bruh, that has to be one of the worst Call of Duty games of all time. Because it is so broken, and the only thing that they care about is Warzone. And I'm like, fam, if you guys put that much attention that you put in the Warzone and getting all these different people behind to see celebrities to be behind the game, you put that same time, energy, and effort into actually developing a game, I guarantee and I promise you, you guys would be in a much more better situation. But you'd rather just keep on releasing a game that's at a mostly negative, if not mostly negative, very negative, and if not very negative, overwhelmingly negative game, and then just expect fans to be okay with that. That's not cool, bruh. That is not cool at all. And I'm like, I don't know what you guys got going on, but here's my thing, all right? And then after this, I'm just going to call it with this episode because I just really don't want to talk about gaming no more. I just want to be able to play a game and have fun with it. But here's my thing. And there's so many different issues I felt that I could have really named off with gaming. Who knows? I might do a part 2 to this episode, but I'm trying to hurry up and do this stream real quick. But here's my thing. You guys got until the end of the year to fix your guys' game. Because if not, close up shop. That's my challenge to you guys. If y'all can't release 5-star games this year, close up shop. That goes for the Call of Duties, that goes for the NBA 2Ks, that goes for the Maddens, whatever FIFA wants to be called nowadays. But all games. Every game out there. Indie developers, I feel like you guys get a pass because you don't have all that stuff that these bigger developers have. You're not making billions of dollars every year, but you guys are. So where is that money going to? Because I'm saying, I wonder how much was the budget for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Because if that budget for GTA San Andreas, there's with an estimated budget surpassing Vice City's budget. So it was $10 million. So I imagine, okay, probably in this day and age, gaming is a little bit more pricier when it comes to budget. If that was the budget and stuff for not Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. But my thing is this. How much money so low. Let's see how much did GTA San Andreas make. The 8 best-selling, there was so it was a $10 million budget. They made $21 million off of it. And then, then they made some smaller Grand Theft Auto games. And then they made nearly $2 billion. So wait, and G cost around $100 million already a budget that rivaled big Hollywood release movies. However, with 25 million copies sold, the game earned nearly $2 billion. So that clears up but that, that's the thing though. That's just Grand Theft Auto. But I would imagine that Grand Theft Auto, if that's how much money they made off of a game that came out back in 2008, and I imagine that it's probably done exceeded beyond that 2 billion mark. So let's see how much 5 made. $7.7 billion. So that's a game that came out over 10 years ago. And I imagine that that's the same amount of money that all these other big developers are, especially when you look in the top sellers section of these stores of video game stores. You go on Steam and you see, let's just see what the top selling games are on there if they do have top sellers. Okay, so they got Call of Duty. So I imagine you guys most likely made some billions within these past few years. What are some other games out there? Yeah, they got Call of Duty a couple of times on here because they got Call of Duty and then Call of Duty Warzone. And then EA Sports FC 24. That's the new soccer game, and I imagine you guys are making a lot of money off of that. Madden, EA, I just know that you guys are making a lot of money off of that game. Or just off of your guys' games, period. But I'm saying it's like, I know you guys are making some money. So that's why I'm like, and it just really seems like that you're not doing nothing productive with the games. I'm confused by that stuff. And it's like for those games that get like yearly releases and stuff, okay, if you just gonna copy and paste, at least change the stuff up a little bit. Do something different. Have it where there's a reason. But you know what? Squash all that. You guys got until the end of the year, okay, to start doing better with your games. Because I guarantee and I promise you, going into the year 2025, if I gotta go after every video game that exists that's in an overwhelmingly negative ratings, even if it's just in that negatives, or if it has 1 or 2 stars on Xbox or PlayStation or Epic Games, wherever, if your guys' games are doing bad, I guarantee and I promise you, I am calling out the gaming industry, bruh. Because I am so sick and tired of these games coming out and then they're not good. And then it's just a waste of money. I'm tired of that, bro. That's been going on for way too long, and I'm not gonna go another year keep on buying these games and they're not good. Oh yeah, let's hype them up, but then it's not gonna be good. Nah, man, squash all that. So it's like, nah, you guys got till the end of the year, and if nothing then change, I guarantee and I promise you, if I gotta spend day and night building up my content creating career, so podcast episodes like this start getting heard and listened to, and now these developers, it's like because that's gonna be my goal. Back you guys into a corner until you do start doing something productive with your games. But if not that, it's either that, fix your game, or close up shop. Only 2 options. And ain't nothing in between, and ain't nothing around, nothing else. Fix the game or close up shop. That's it. That's all you guys got going on. All right. So anyways, and that being said, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys. Peace.